Hello and welcome to JB Tech. In today's video, we will be covering 4 common errors people make when planning to build their first PC. This will be a new video series aimed at helping people prevent making mistakes when building their first PC, and we will have more uploads on the way that include mistakes when building your PC, but this video will be mistakes possibly you may make when planning to build your PC. Number 1 is compatibility. Now, compatibility is a very simple yet very important thing to ensure you have in your build, because if your parts are not compatible within your system, your PC is not going to work. There are many resources available. A very valuable one is PC Part Picker. Now, PC Part Picker is an absolutely amazing website. It allows you to do more than just check compatibility of components. It will allow you to piece by piece put together your system and an estimated budget as well, so you'll know how much you're going to be spending. This website lists every component you will need for your system, and to select it, it's just as easily as clicking Choose Video Card and searching in the card you want. You can also filter by price, manufacturer, or rating. There's lots of awesome features to be able to find what system would be perfect for you. Here, I'm just going to select a currently being scalped graphics card and add it to the list. And once you have finished, this website will list a estimated price based on the lowest selling retailers it can find. Now, this may not be the lowest price. You can always shop around locally, but this is off the bigger websites such as Amazon, Newegg, and a couple others. And most of the time, this is good at catching compatibility issues. You can see I added an Intel Core i7, and we're going to pick a motherboard that is for AMD Ryzen, and you can see 0 compatible products because the B450 motherboard is meant for Ryzen Zen processors. So you can see that this should help you filter out and ensure you don't make any wrong part choices. It always is good to double check your part choices online in a forum, and I have found that Reddit r/buildapc is a great place to get advice. You can list your system. PC Part Picker has a built-in share feature, so you can send the link out and people will be able to critique and give feedback based on what you've chosen. The next issue may not apply to all people, but this is budget. This ensures you get the maximum price for performance for what you are paying for your parts. This is very important to people who are on a lower budget and making sure you invest your money into the right parts. Now, RGB parts do look great, but they do come with a premium for those extra aesthetics. So if you're on a budget, just remember that RGB does not equal more performance or frames per second. The next mistake that people make is that they make their power supply over-spec'd or under-spec'd. So there's a couple tools to help you choose what wattage you really need on your power supply, because if you're running really basic parts, you're not going to need a full 1000 watt power supply. So in order to calculate your wattage, once you have an idea of what type of processor and graphics card you want in your system, you're going to want to Google power supply calculator. Newegg is a good website. They are all about selling computer parts. They're basically like Amazon for computer parts. But I'm also going to show you the other one that I really like, and this one is the Outer Vision wattage calculator. If you're new to this, you can select the basic mode. This is really the easiest way to get a general assumption. I'm just going to select, so for motherboard, it doesn't, on the basic mode, you don't have to select a size, you just say desktop, and it should have every processor, every modern processor at least. I'm going to select Ryzen 7 2700X, my bad, and also I have two 8 gig memory modules, so you'll put your general components that you have thought of here. I'm adding my GTX 1070 right now, and really the processor and the graphics card are going to be your most power hungry components within your system, so these are the most important to really know what you want to have. The advanced side of the calculator has a couple other things such as USB devices, but those once again aren't as important because it's going to be your graphics card and processor which take the most power, and you're going to just add your utilization time as just how long you're on your computer every day, and click calculate, and it's going to tell you how much your computer should be pulling under load, and it's going to recommend a general wattage for your power supply that you're going to want. And it's always not bad to have a little bit of headroom as well, just in case you want to upgrade in the future. And by going with a slightly higher rated power supply, it will allow you to stay in that sweet highest efficiency range for that power supply. And just make sure you don't skimp out on your power supply, because you don't want to be able to make a YouTube video like this one day that is power supply go boom. So make sure you don't cut out that extra $20 in your power supply and end up having to replace your entire system. So just choose a good brand name and make sure it's well reviewed. And my last error I see, it's generally not much of an issue, is deadly brand loyalty. But an example of this would be if all your friends around you are telling you that you need Intel for your system, but an AMD processor may be better for your workflow. Just make sure you do your research and maybe try to avoid some bias. But it's not a terrible thing to have some brand loyalty, as some brands are just for sure a little bit better than others in terms of quality, customer service, and warranty. But in the end of the day, it's all up to you, as it's your computer, and that's the great thing about PC building, is it's almost just like Lego, but a little bit more advanced and quite a bit more expensive. So this is the end of the video. If I helped you out, or if I missed anything, please consider leaving a comment and subscribing, as it really helps us out, as well as make sure to stay tuned for more uploads in the future. See you guys later.